because I say so. So very good morning. I see quite a few of you now, and I'm going to be starting. Thank you for your thumbs up. I trust you have a beautiful morning today, that you've had your breakfast. And if you haven't, create one that really brings you joy, okay? So, hi, I'm going to start. My name is Junior Tan. Hi, did you know the most reactive people in the world are mothers? Some will ask me, Junior, why are you so negative? Some will admit, it's so refreshing to have someone who dares to tell the truth, right? But if we tell the truth, is it possible that it's true? I'm a mom myself, so I want to say that we are reactive because our fight, flight, and freeze is an automatic stress response controlled by our amygdala, the limbic brain responsible for perceived fear. The word is perceive. So, for example, if my child doesn't do well, even though he or she is not in immediate threat or danger, we link it to a possible future that could happen and then we react. No, that's why studies are so important. So today, let me use the acronyms LETME, let me. So if you have pen and paper, get ready to remind ourselves to practice self-care so we become not selfish or selfless moms, but self-loved moms. Okay? And if you're ready, type in any questions that you have. I would love to hear from you. If this is useful, create a watch party when you click share, like and click on the notification bell. If not, you won't get any updates, okay? So L, let's start for the first one, stands for list. Let me share with you my screen because I've gotten it ready. I found my... Okay, can you see this now? Wonderful. So 5 secrets of a self-love mom. Yeah, the first one is L for my happy list. So I want to ask you now, do you have a list that makes you happy? I'm not going to spend this time reading things that you can do because the internet has so many. You can just easily Google for things to do, right? But I would rather you spend time over lunch or when you're commuting or even when you're showering today to think about what makes you smile. So I'm inviting you to create a customized, a personalized list because no one knows you better than yourself. I remember talking to one mom when she was down, and I asked her, hey babe, what makes you happy? She stared at me, And then the thing is, let me give a bit of context, right? She's been looking after her 3 young kids, so I think all of them were under the age of 5. So for so long, she has a helper, but for so long that she's already lost touch with herself. And she was like, I don't know, Yen. So I looked at her, I told her, hey babe, it's fine, go and take some time, think about it, and get back to me. A week later, I was pleasantly surprised to actually receive a text from her. She thanked me and told me she acted on what I said, and she chose to go cycling. And after that, she actually perspired and she actually felt happy. Later, after that, I've had many other conversations with moms, right? And I've realized that it's not just her, but there are many moms who are actually close to burnout, and often they are out of touch with what they like, whether it's a hobby, right? And the other thing is, I've also noticed that this is actually more predominant for moms. Dads actually have no problem doing what they like, whether it's watching soccer, playing games, or just hanging out. And sometimes our moms, if we tell the truth, we inwardly resent them, right? Wow, can't you see I'm so busy? Why can't you help out? And then they are there like relaxing, you know, looking at the TV. But maybe that's something that we can learn from them, okay? So spend a few minutes writing it on a piece of paper or on your phone, some things that you really like. I would start with a list of 20 things and work it up to 100 so that the next time you are down, you do have more options to look at what truly makes you happy. So this is my list. As I was preparing, I came up with my list, right? And of now, so this is updated list. Playing Sequence. Sequence is a new board game we got with the kids. It's been almost 2 weeks and we play almost actually every day. Number 2, I love drinking coffee with whipped cream because the sweetness of the cream and it's cold. And then when cold and hot coffee mixes together, it's perfect, no need sugar. I like eating bak chor mee. It really makes me happy. So it may not be big fancy things, but these are just a few to jog that thing for you. I love driving topless in my car. Topless meaning, convertible, to bring it down and then feeling the wind in my face. That was when I had the convertible, okay? I love, as I got in touch with who I am, witnessing someone's personal growth, developing people, cycling. So no car cycle is so good lah. There's a win. So to remember, I want to say now here again, pick what works for you. If not, then create. Just get in touch with you. That's the purpose of this first exercise. I love exploring new places. It could be with the kids or alone. Connecting with like-minded friends. In just that community, that tribe, I realize that makes me happy. There are times where even I, in my most positive, needs that. And trying something new. So these are just 10 that I came up with. I would love to read yours. Create your happy list. Yeah. And then the next one would be E stands for express. So this is brilliant. I have when I say express, it's express our emotions, both the positive and the negative. Okay, let's talk about the positive first, okay? Your positivity is contagious, and it could be something that lifts another up, yeah? Because too often, I feel we keep our emotions in. So let's talk about the negative one now. So for express, I'll share with us a way to do it later, okay? But for the negative, let's talk about the negative. In Asia, we are taught, right? Don't show when you're upset. We even tell our kids, don't shout, don't cry, right? But expressing our emotions is actually very healthy for not just our emotional being, but our physical being. Because research has shown increasingly, right, that when we keep the negative emotions, it gets stored in our body, in our cells. And that's why we have this psychosomatic kind of illnesses, right? Illnesses are a result of actually stored diseases. So when we are not at ease, this is where that happens. I have a video on my YouTube, Modern Asian Mother YouTube. It's called 4 Interesting Ways to Strip Negative Emotions, where I tell us to get it out of our system. And I'm going to share one here now today, okay? It's called LOL, since LOL is laugh out loud. So I remember I created this when I was younger. And there was one day I was just feeling down. For unexplained reasons, I was just down. I didn't feel like talking to anyone. I was just down, right? And then I decided to cheer myself up, because we all know, right? I am responsible for my emotions. So I started, and I remembered the lyrics of this song. And just because you chose to tune in, I'm going to just have fun with you, okay? So if you want to sing with me, sing with me. I don't have a wonderful voice, and that's not the point. The point is to cheer ourselves up. So it goes like that. Ha ha, hee hee, ho ho, okay? Ah ha 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 ha. So I started singing to myself. Ah he 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 ah ho 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 ah ha ha he he ho ho ha ha he. And then after I sang the first stanzas, it's supposed to go ah ha 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 all the way, he and then ah ho ho ho. But by the time I finished, right, the first one I was still like, okay, let's just go through the motion. Second one, I was like, don't know what the hell I'm doing. By the time I finished the third one, right, I thought I was being so ridiculous. I couldn't help, but I was like, that's so funny, right? And I actually brighten up. Okay, so in my YouTube, you will find 4 ways. So one of the ways is I encourage us to just laugh out loud. You don't have to sing the song. You can just go, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. Try it now wherever you are. It doesn't matter whether you're angry, you're sad, just laugh it out. And as we laugh, right, it literally releases endorphins that completely floods our body and shifts our emotions. Okay. My third one would be T stands for, any guesses? T stands for a tribe. Really. So your emotions are the average of 5 people you hang out with the most. If you don't have people who say positive things to you, join us, okay? So this is where I want to say, every Friday at 8 a.m., Mom Space has created this interactive session where we call it Mom's Talk, where we discuss this week's topic. So this week is about self-love. So come Friday, we're going to say, each mom come, and it's your turn to share, your turn to ask questions, your turn to suggest ideas, and to share with us what works for you. So this week, we're inviting moms. What are 5 ways that you do to make you feel good? Yeah. So I'll love to see you tomorrow. The link is in the will be in the description. So look out for it. 1 hour. It's going to be an uplifting session for moms to actually connect and to bond, and we're going to do it online. So do join us. The link will be in the description. If you're enjoying yourself so far, do give me a thumbs up, just to show, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. Type in questions, agree, disagree, like this one the most. And then let's move on to the fourth one. The fourth one will be M. M stands for mental, very closely linked to the tribe. Is this right? The question is, are we aware of our thoughts? Do they come from blame, shame, or complaint? And the truth is, sometimes we are so used to our thoughts, we think it's normal and we justify, but that's the reality. What that lady, seriously, drive also cannot drive properly, cut my lane. And then we go into that, and that becomes our reality. But if we can choose, so I'm saying, right, because there are 4 levels, right? The first level would be aware. If we can choose to just stop. Is this thought making me feel good about me or even the people around me? Or is this thought justifying? So I'm blaming, I'm busy blaming, and blaming that's sort of give us an illusion of power, because while we're blaming someone, that person, we get to be so righteous. But if we really get present to our emotions, our thoughts control our emotions and then our actions, right? So the first place to start is the thoughts. Let's start getting aware. Because if we start getting aware first, then we can move on to the next stage where we begin to choose positive thoughts, where, okay, the person did what they do, and I get to choose my response, okay? So that becomes our reality. So this is something that I want to share again. The richest guy in US has, in the 1900s, had a very interesting habit. I shared this earlier. For those of you who caught the Tuesday one, for those of you who didn't, 2 words he used for everything in life. And that literally rewires the mindset. That's good. That's good. That's good. It didn't matter what it was. He would say, that's good. So try it. Start by saying it. I realize that it works most powerful when you are faced with a situation where you're upset or really angry, or worried about even. Okay? So don't just say the words, but proceed to then look for the good in it. So one of the things is, for me, right, a direct application. My helper is going back. So I remember just, I was concerned, right? So I was brainstorming, because I shared with y'all on Tuesday that when I confirmed someone, Myanmar closed their borders. That was on the 1st. And I'm like, brainstorming what will happen, where I have time to do with my kids and all. Then I caught myself, because I got, right, worry are actually automatic negative thoughts that does not serve me in the moment. I'd rather spend my energy on something positive. So I decided, that's good that she's going back, right? And then I proceed to look for the positive. And as I created a list of the good that I could see, one that really stood out, that made me a bit scared, is actually rolling out a course that I have already a long time practiced it with my kids. It's what I call delightful contributors, where even though we have a helper, each of my kids actually can do household work and have been trained, because we had at least 2 months without a helper. And I take parents through that course on how they actually can train responsible children, because when kids start helping out and being happy contributors at home, their entitledness is just reduced and they become so much more responsible, and that responsibility expands not just in the family but across their schoolwork and everything. So now the good spillover effects is when they come back, they automatically do their homework. It's a bliss, okay? So, and then can you imagine the $900 we save every month from the levy and everything from not having a helper? And there are so many more benefits, right? Entitled child. And trust me, I think the biggest, right, for moms would be we have more time. Because trust me, when they help out, our workload literally reduces. I just give us one example. Washing dishes. If you spend like 20 minutes washing the dishes, imagine without that 20 minutes, and that's 20 minutes one day, times 5, right? That would be 20 times 5 is close to 2 hours, 250 is close to 2 hours in a week. Multiply that across a year, across 20 years. So all I'm saying is, it doesn't just build them up with life skills. It doesn't just save our time and money, but in time when they are really ready, you don't even need a helper. And Wouldn't it be wonderful to work towards that with all the border restrictions? So that's something good that came out of it, even though I still have sweaty palms, right? Rolling it out. And the next one, and if you're interested, do just comment below, delightful contributor. So I get a sense of the interest, okay, from parents. And the next one would, and the last one actually would be E, expectations. Okay. And what I want to cover with expectations is it's so real. Remember, I start off the first L with our amygdala. It's triggered. Moms, we are the most reactive, unapologetically, because we love them, right? If we can start separating, though, the perceived fear from the real threats. So, see, how this amygdala works, right, is thousands of years ago, there's a real threat to our survival. So our stress reactors are protecting us. So we scan the horizon and we look for things that are moving either in the bushes or, a snake potentially on the ground, because that's a real threat. So our body is very fast to automatically react without any conscious processing. And that split second actually saves our life. Okay, so that's how we are conditioned to look out for the negative in survival, right? Protection. Yet today, the question is this: are we overloading our automatic because we have evolved? What I mean to say is we begin to want more things, and the more we raise the bar, the higher chances we get triggered. Correct? Because in the past, it's just, okay, survival needs. But now if we look at Maslow's hierarchy, it's not just physiological needs, but security. So job also becomes a concern. And then we move on to the next level, love and belonging, right? With the kids. Are my kids getting enough love from me? Are they feeling that I love them? And then my friends. And then the next level, power or recognition. And then finally, self-transcendence or an expression of who we are. So I would suggest that as we begin to recognize that, okay, I don't need to react, right? Like, so, and expectations, right? This is one thing I want to say. They are a projection into the future. So it's not happening now, but our physical body response acts as though it's really happening in this moment. And that's why our blood pressure rises up and, but if we can actually begin to, hey, that's an imaginary future potential. It's not even going to happen, right? And now I can calm myself down. So the lesser expectations we have, the happier we are. And it's not just for studies or things like that, right? Let me just give us an example. I'm sure many of you have gone to the movies where you loved it because you had no expectations. You didn't know what to expect. You just went because your friend asked you to go, got extra ticket, right? And then when you walk out, how is it? Okay, compared to the many times where you went in to catch a sequel to something, or you went in because of positive reviews from someone else, and then after that, how was your experience? Very often, if we went in with no expectations, we tend to enjoy the entirety of the whole movie. And yet, if we have expectations, it's like raising a bar only to have ourselves, it's to me already a disappointment in making, because the only way I can be happy if I hit this or exceed anything below, guess what? I'm setting myself up for criticizing when it doesn't meet my expectations or just being let down. So in conclusion, I just want to share, this is the 5 that I've just shared with you. I trust that it has been most useful for you. I would love to hear your favorite takeaway in the comment. Do like and share this, because you never know who needs to hear the message in this. And besides subscribing, do turn on the notification bell, whether on the Facebook or the YouTube, so that you'll be alerted. Otherwise, you'll be like, hey, how come no updates? Till our next episode, every Tuesday and Thursday, I see you at 8 a.m. This is Junior signing off. Bye.